So I wanted to share some cooking tips.
Okay.
This is a viral recipe in China.
This
You have
looks
some jelly. You put an eel, a whole eel in there, a popsicle, and lemons. Okay. You put it in the fridge, and then it becomes like a hard, like gelatin substance.
What is
right?
this? What are we
You put it
looking
into
at
a
here?
cup. You put cantaloupe, oranges, and watermelon, and some cilantro. This here,
Jürgen.
those are jürgen, the worst food we've ever had in our lives. Tastes
Yeah.
like rotten fish juice. It's a vegetable. You pour that in there, and you top it off, and then you put
the
the eel head on there, and then you put some Chinese spice on there, 13 spice.
This is
ahead and heat it
absolutely
Just wanted to
horrendous.
show you some viral. Oh, here's another one. So this is a viral recipe right now. This is how you make seraphim noodles. This is seraphim noodles viral recipe in China.
That is disgusting. I'm
Just wanted to
sorry.
share some cooking tips with you guys.
What is that even? That's like cow eyes.
yeah.
Cow eyes.
I have seen this, by the way. This is not, the first one is obviously like a effed up, like, shock thing. This is a real thing. This is real. Yeah. I have seen this. A variation of it. Oh, we're getting COVID memories.
COVID memories.
So
guys.
you don't forget. What happened during COVID in China? We always like to bring you back.
Yeah, because everybody's forgotten the fact that
China
because
did
of the
it.
ineptitude and all the lies, COVID spread from China around the world.
Killing millions.
Yeah.
Whereas remember when they knelt down to the hazmat people when they had their automatic
Yeah, they used to
rifles?
call them Dabai.
Yeah, these guys just protecting them, keeping everyone safe
Yes,
from the
keeping
virus with their
everyone
guns. You can shoot a virus,
Sure.
remember when they used to black bag people that were not following COVID regulations?
Yes.
Oh, and remember when they went to their houses and carried them out?
Yeah.
Oh, the memories. Oh, remember when people broke COVID regulation, they would actually put
Shame them.
placards of their identities.
Again, I've been seeing so many people China-based.
Yes.
Have you noticed?
Yes.
Especially, guys, I'm fairly conservative, right?
Sure.
But I've seen a lot of the right wing following this narrative that China somehow is based and China is good and in certain ways. They're not good. You do not want this amount of government control. If you think that the government's like doing something deep state, if they're like, oh, we have vaccine, nonsense.
CIA.
Deep state, whatever. If you think
Yeah.
any of this stuff, then you cannot support China. You cannot say China-based because look at what happened in China.
Yes.
Okay?
That's what you
China's
like?
not
China-based?
China's going to take you, somebody who goes and says, I'm never taking a vaccine, or screw you for making me take a vaccine. If you're an anti-vaxxer, you're going to end up like this. If you're that kind of person who stands up against authority,
To support
if you
China.
think that you can speak up against your government or speak up against organizations and say big
As you
pharma,
should,
this and
you
that-
should. Your First Amendment
yeah, exactly. You should do that. But what I'm saying is, if you're the kind of person who likes to do that, who's vocal about that, don't you dare say China-based.
No, you're not allowed to
Don't
say
you
that.
dare support
That's
China.
where
because this
that's
is-
where your First Amendment right goes
Yeah,
away.
because-
Because they'll take it away.
Yeah, because this is what happens
Yes.
in China to people who, tried to, go and get food for their family or something, or didn't want to take a test.
This
where
is
they
people that
shove
were
things.
trying to either leave or get family members or people across the borders. They got shamed,
Yeah,
placarded.
and as in borders, you mean just out of their little co-living
I think
compounds.
it could have been Guangxi to Vietnam. I can't
Oh,
remember.
was it there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is crazy.
Wuhan, right?
Yes.
A lot of things have been happening in Wuhan.
That's why I put it next to the COVID thing.
Okay, yeah.
Listen. And YouTube, chill out. We don't show it. Those are gunshots in China, by the way.
Yeah.
Those are real gunshots. Now, China claims it has no guns, and it still claims so, as you'll see in the police report. So, dude murdered some people. We're not going to show it, obviously. No. I'll show the crowds outside. Don't worry about it, YouTube. You can chill out. There's nothing to look at. Okay. There's plenty to look at in the actual footage,
Yeah.
which is horrifying.
Yeah, we won't show that.
As you wouldn't want to see that, but yeah. So this is something they're desperately trying to cover up because they have been the most important thing is they've been amplifying every sort of crime or unrest or especially gun violence on the Chinese internet about America.
Oh, yeah.
If you go on the Chinese internet, your feed you'll get flooded with America bad videos and it's people killing each other and stuff. But it's not like the kind of censored stuff you'd see on Reddit or something.
Yeah.
It's full on, right?
Yeah, by the way, this happened. You can see where this happened. There's a police station right there. It happened like 50 meters away from the police station. That's what this guy in this video is saying. He's like, look, here's a police station. It's right here. And the shooting happened right there.
Yes.
Across the way.
Yeah.
So that, You can see here, apparently this is the gun that was used, which is a Colt 1911.
Yep.
Which is interesting. Yeah.
Ground level.
Yeah. I was thinking it would have been a Makarov or some kind of Soviet thing.
Most of the guns come in through Guangxi, through
Yeah.
the southern border, through Burma. Mm-hmm. So there are a lot of Western weapons. They're not coming from Russia.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, anyway, so there was this shooting, and the most important part about this is that they omitted the fact that there was a shooting in the official police
it was
report.
obviously, like, it spread so much that they had to put a report out, but there's no mention of there being a shooting.
I also like how they say an intentional injury case caused by a dispute.
Yes.
It says one injured person died after failed rescue efforts. You see how they try to downplay it? An intentional. You don't call it an intentional injury case. You would say it was a murder.
It was a murder.
Yeah.
And it was targeted. It wasn't like a random thing.
Yeah.
You know?
And they didn't die after resuscitation because if you see the footage, they were dead.
You don't want to see that footage.
No.
There ain't no resuscitation.
No. Anyway, so of course they downplay it.
Yes.
Beyond the Great Firewall time, we're going to show you something that's beyond the Great Firewall. And this one presenter got into a lot of trouble. So, I'll make us out of here so you can see the subtitles.
Yeah, so she says, the direction of pace of development of cross-strait relations cannot hinder the two countries.
Oops. Nor could it stop the historical trend of the motherland will eventually reunify.
So she's talking about Taiwan.
Yes.
And she accidentally says two countries.
You cannot say that.
Because China says it already owns Taiwan.
Yes.
They're inseparable. So she caught herself and you can see the dread in her eyes.
Yeah, you can see she knew she messed up.
Yes.
You know, it was at this point.
It was at this moment.
Yeah,
She knew she effed up.
Yep.
It's bad.
Look, it's horrible. I mean, to think that you could get into so much trouble just by like making a little slip up like that.
Yeah.
Because look, let's be honest, they are two different countries.
Yeah.
They've got different passports. They got different currency. They got
government.
different everything. You know, they got a different system of government.
Judicial system, everything.
Yep. Different quality of life.
Multi-party democracy.
Yep. So she said two countries. Of course, this entire news broadcast has been scrubbed.
Oh.
Cannot find it anywhere on the Chinese internet or Chinese TV or anything. It is gone.
She didn't do it on purpose.
No, it was, of course, she made a little slip up.
Yeah.
You know, it's only natural.
Yeah.
And
it's her true beliefs, maybe.
We are wondering if we'll ever see this presented.
Yeah, actually,
again.
Taiwan did a good piece on this. Let's just watch it.
Okay.
Turn it up a little bit.
Go.
Let's see.
Netizens joked that she accidentally spilled the truth on TV, saying that she's fully aware that the two are countries across the strait, but that she was forced to say that Taiwan is part of China. Others joked that they will miss her.
We urge the mainland Chinese to face the objective fact that is the existence of the ROC. Saying two countries is treating Taiwan, the ROC, as a country of its own. That's a major taboo for the CCP, and I'm afraid the anchor might face consequences for that.
Could the news anchor face a punishment? A former anchor for CCTV previously revealed there are 4 degrees of demerits. Mild ones would result in a fine, while severe ones could result in dismissal. With a topic as sensitive as cross-strait relations, to say two countries even as a slip of the tongue is a major taboo in China.
So, is she alright? Only in an authoritarian regime like China's do we have to worry about a news anchor's personal well-being and whether she'll be persecuted by the government. We are, of course, delighted, as Taiwan and China are indeed two separate countries, one on each side of the strait.
A DPP lawmaker voiced concern for the news anchor's safety for accidentally speaking an objective fact regarding cross-strait affairs.
By the way, I gotta preface this. These are not our stereotypes.
No, this is from the Chinese internet. This is what
Yes.
Chinese people think.
I was about to
She
say.
doesn't even care.
What you will hear about Guangdong is that they eat everything.
Yeah.
Right. Which honestly is
true.
Very, very true. Toasted marshmallow or stink bug. That's
Interesting.
disgusting.
Yeah.
Basically, everyone had AIDS. And everyone's addicted to heroin. Because you sell your soul, really.
To a gnome?
No, the gnomes are part of it. The women can be pale and have rosy cheeks. Untamed vixens by nature. Fujian people are stingy ass mofos.
I'm glad we got to end it on a happy note.
Disgusting! It's like, yeah, like rotten flesh.